So there's this stand-up comedian I've liked for a long time. He's not very popular. He's somewhat popular, but way less popular than he should be. He's a fantastic comedian, and he's extremely funny. I know that's redundant. I've even been to one of his shows, and this guy will make you howl. Like, you will be on the floor, dying, laughing with the shit he does. You may remember him as like one of the 7-Up guys.
They say soft drinks need to be prominently displayed. Well, this is fine for other soft drinks. It's not prominent enough for refreshing 7-Up. Now this should get some attention. Beautiful. Don't be shy. Wait till next week when they go on sale. I'm bringing people in already.
Either way, he's just an extremely talented comedian, and, like, here, watch this clip. Try not to laugh through this clip.
When the Arabs, they try to be hip when they curse you out. Fuck my shit! Fuck your lick my ass! What? Fuck your shit, mother bitch! I fuck your eyeball! Shit! Fuck me! Fuck me! In your eye, I suck your ass! And I fuck my shit in your asshole! I lick my balls and suck your dick, huh? Wait, what? You get what? Fuck. You don't hear me, fucker? Mother shit! I fuck your eye! Why would you fuck my eye? Then they'll say some gay shit and don't realize how gay it sounds. You come here again, I fuck you good. Fuck your ass good. Oh, I'm not coming back to that shit. It's like they're trying to figure it out. Fuck my shit! Then they go back to their language. Hip hop fucker! Jay-Z, suck my fuck! Fuck my shit with the Kanye fucker shit! They're just named black shit. Wesley fucker! Wesley Snipes, fuck my shit! Denzel fucker shit!
The first time I saw that clip, I was dying. Anyway, his name is Godfrey. I don't know why I haven't told you that yet. I'm sure it's obvious with the title. But it kind of sucks when you find out, like, through interviews and stuff, that the comedian you've always liked tends to have some racial biases, or so it seems that way, and he seems to be a little bitter and angry about white people. And I just found that to be a shame, because I thought he'd be the type of dude that you could just chill with. He just seemed like the type of guy you'd befriend anyone. But I don't know how I would sit around with someone who, like, just thinks all these bad things about white people because of instances that may or may not be true from the past. I'm gonna get to this clip from Vlad TV, an interview with Vlad TV and Godfrey. Now, I'll get to Vlad TV at some point on this channel. There's a lot of white hate and black conspiracy theories in Vlad TV to last me a lifetime. But this clip is gonna be him talking about Antonio Brown, actually, so it'll tie back to that video I did a couple of videos back, and him laughing and seeming to have double standards about calling white people cracker.
Antonio Brown was kind of doing what he was doing,
right,
with the Raiders,
right,
and then he went on social media. Well, first of all, he got into it with the GM and allegedly called him a cracker.
I gotta laugh at that because I kind of like that. He called him a cracker. Listen, I'm not why did he call the GM a cracker?
Alright, perfect time to chime in. So besides the exaggerated laughter at the beginning, showing that he finds this funny, he's about to victim blame the GM of the Raiders. What did the Raiders GM say to Antonio Brown to make him say something racist? Is that how we're gonna play this game, guys? Do we expect to have unity and racial harmony if this is the way we're going about it? He's about to explain to you how when black people call white people racist things, it's because they did something racist. I'm not joking. Wait till you see it.
Well, I'm really concerned. Why did Antonio Brown call the GM a cracker? We want to know. Did he do some racial shit? You know, did he say something racial? Did he do something where he made Antonio Brown feel like a slave? Well, what did he say? What happened?
So wait, Godfrey, are you telling me that the white GM of the Raiders came down to the field and barked some racial shit about black people in front of probably 48 out of the 52 black people on the team? Really? And that's gonna fly with all those players? Right.
I'm not sure. The
But he
cracker
just-
thing was the only thing that really.
Oh, he just
came
said
out.
cracker and just walked off? Crack ass cracker. I'm going to practice. Fuck that cracker. There's a reason why he calls somebody a cracker. A lot of times when we call people crackers, you know, cracker, when we use it, it's because you've done something to piss us off. You've done something racially, it's usually racially insensitive to us. That's when we call you crackers. Like, we're like, man, fuck that cracker. We usually, it's because you've done something to us, you know. A lot of times when whites call us the N-word, it's because we've done nothing. You just call us the N-word. That's just, yeah, fucking niggers. Yeah, you goddamn niggers. Watch out for the niggers. Let's make sure the niggers don't move in here. Usually for no goddamn reason. But when we say stuff about white folks, it's because something has been done to us. You understand? Something has been done.
Jesus fucking Christ. Thanks for clearing that up for us, Godfrey. Holy fucking shit. Yeah. Black people didn't do nothing. Never do nothing. Maybe it's the same way. Maybe white people say nigger because you've done some racial shit. It's insane, this double standard. Like, the only way a black person would be racist is if they're provoked. And that white people just do it for no reason. Just because you're there, black people. This is bullshit. And it's also contradictory to the narrative that why are white people scared of black people? So white people are scared of black people, but they're also extremely overt with their racism right to their face. It's just fucking weird that this is how this guy thinks. I don't get it. Now, I know some of you might think I'm freaking out over nothing. Oh, you're acting like a crazy triggered SJW or something like that. But honestly, if people want to get along, this is not how it's gonna work. It's not gonna work like this ever. No matter if the person's racist or not, you say shit like this to them, they're not gonna fucking like you. Like, they're not gonna sit there and take that shit unless they're absolute pussies. But normal people with some balls who would stick up for themselves wouldn't take this, and then it's like, oh, you're doing it because you're racist. Like, this is another double standard I've seen. I don't know if it's exactly a double standard, but it's something that I've noticed. I mentioned this in a video a while back with Stephen A. Smith, how he was saying white people shouldn't comment on this thing, but we'll take care of it, black people, like something about some sports figure, I forgot what it was about. But it was basically him saying that if a white person speaks out against this something bad that a black person did, it comes off as racism. And that if someone in the black community tries to call out someone in the black community, they get called a sellout, and they're like, nah, that's bullshit. This is because you're doing something wrong. Now I want to know something. Is it right because it's right, or is it right because it's white? What I mean by that is, I don't agree with that philosophy of Stephen A. Smith. His whole point he was actually making was that it's cool for black people to call out the black people, but they don't want the white people doing it because then it's coming from a racial point of view. For example, Stephen A. Smith will call out black players for not acting corporate. Since they're in the corporate world, they should act corporate. Now, my question is it right because it's right to act corporate, or is it right because it's white? Stephen A., do you think that it's right to act corporate when you're in corporate, or are you just doing it to please the man, is what I mean. This is what white people think is right, so go along with it so you don't get fucked over. I hope I'm explaining myself well. Basically, the point is, you either think the action is right or wrong, and you condemn it, or you have a double standard. It's cool for these people to do it, but it's not cool for those people to do it just because. For whatever reason. The reason's irrelevant because the logic is faulty. And this isn't the only instance of him saying stupid shit on Vlad TV that I disagree with and I think is racially charged or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to call him racist because I don't think he's a racist, but I think he does have a little pent-up anger for white people, and I think it's probably misguided. And unfortunately, that's the barrier that's keeping us all from progressing to a more accepting, friendly, and non-racist society. Anyway, guys, have a good night.